Welcome back to the Brighton career mode here on FC24. We are now into the third season, and we are in the late stages of the third season. If you haven't caught the last few episodes, be sure to go check those out. As you can see, we are currently sitting in 6th place in the Premier League, but with that game in hand, as you can see, we had the potential to get into the top 4 very easily in our next game. But before we get to that game, as you could see just a second ago, we do have a semi-final matchup in the FA Cup with Manchester City. So if we win that game, we're on to the finals, and we'll play Brentford in the final of the FA Cup. So potential to win a trophy there. It's been 3 seasons now, and we haven't won a trophy yet. So the potential of us, winning a trophy is absolutely incredible. And we're also into the UECL semifinals as well from the last episode. Go ahead and check that one out. But you guys didn't see our opponent in the UECL, so I'm going to go ahead and show you now that it is going to be Fiorentina from the Italian league. Obviously, they're not necessarily the greatest Italian team, but that game's probably those 2 games are probably still going to be a little challenging. First things first, in this episode, we're going to go ahead and get into this first game. It is the semi-final against Manchester City in the FA Cup, but we are going to play Luton Town after that. Then we'll have Wolves, and then we'll be into that UECL matchup with Fiorentina. We'll play the Crystal Palace game probably as well, and then we'll see how the episode's going. Depending on how it's going, we might play that second leg of the UECL as well, just so we can determine if tomorrow's episode or if the next episode will be a final in the FA Cup, top 4 fight in the Premier League, and a final in the UECL as well. That would be insane. We could technically win a treble at this point. We are, like I said, we do have a game in hand in the Premier League, and it is possible for us to win the Premier League. I mean, the race for the top 4 is very tight. Between us and first place Spurs, there's only 5 points. And like I said, we still have that game in hand on them and on some of the other teams above us. So it's going to be crazy. And as you can see on the right side, we play Luton on the 29th and Manchester City played Chelsea. So that's going to be a big day, depending on the outcome of that game. Obviously, I think we would prefer a draw. Depending on the outcome of that game, could shake things up in the Premier League. But before we can even worry about the Premier League, we do got to play this semi-final game of the FA Cup. Manchester City, this is the lineup they're going to be going with. Kevin De Bruyne in the team. Evan Ferguson, our former striker, of course, in the team. They got Virgil van Dijk. In the last episode, I believe, or maybe in the episode before, we actually did beat Manchester City in the league, which was incredible. So we have the opportunity to beat them here in the FA Cup as well. If we can beat them twice in one season, that's just absolutely insane. So let's go ahead and get into this game at the Wembley Stadium. Nice pass into Evan Ferguson. We've got many defenders around him. He's going to go ahead and pass that one back. Phil Foden looking for a lane through in the middle of the box. He takes a shot. Verbruggen does make that save. 6 minutes gone. First scare of the game. Phil Foden nearly getting that one in the back of the net. Fernandez looks like he's picked up an injury. He's going to go ahead and clear that one out. Hopefully it's not a bad injury, because that could make a huge impact on the rest of our season. Evan Ferguson going to end up with that ball. Diomande gets in a tackle. I need Diomande to get another knockout. Grealish with a shot on goal. Verbruggen collects that one. And 9 minutes gone. Things are looking a little iffy for us. Oh, we're pushing down this left side now. What is that challenge? Surely that was a foul. Evan Ferguson now with the ball. Ooh, Diomande with a great interception. And now we could send Garnacho through here. Can he get around this defender? Oh, he's got the pace. Does he have the finish? Oh, yes, he does. 39 minutes gone. 1-0 lead in the FA Cup against Manchester City. What an assist by Emile Smith-Rowe. This Brighton team, man, I'm telling you, this is the kind of team you'd fall in love with in real life. If this was Brighton's team right now, it would be absolutely insane. And especially maybe a couple years down the road, it would be insane too. But Garnacho getting a goal in the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City. Smith-Rowe, another nice pass out here to Neto. Neto has room to run. Sesko, I'm looking for a cross. Not really a lot of options there. Decided to go for a cross. We'll have a corner here right before halftime. We'll go ahead and swing this one in with Garnacho. We're going to look just kind of in the middle of the box. Hopefully going to find one of our taller players, but it goes towards Neto. An interesting clearance. Garnacho on the edge of the box. Ooh, not a bad effort. Ederson collects that one. Not very comfortably, but that's going to be the end of the first half. Grealish inside to Haaland. Haaland not able to do anything just yet. Diomande able to get a tackle in. That's going to be a corner, but better than having Haaland in the middle of the box with the ball at his feet. They're going to swing this one in. Actually, De Bruyne lets it go short to Foden. He makes a couple moves. Gets around Garnacho. Lamptey. Oh, do not give up a penalty. Garnacho gets that one away just barely. And 60 minutes gone. We do not concede a goal yet. Kirkez finds Garnacho inside. I mean, nobody's stopping us just yet. Sesko with a shot. Baleba, another shot. That might have hit an arm on the way through, but no handballs on penalties in this game. We're going to keep the pressure on, but they look like they're going to get away. From us there, we turn the ball over. Pedri in a dangerous area. Diamande with a great clearance. Lamptey able to get that one out to Getson Fernandez, who finds Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's going to look out here for Neto. We're going to kick this one down the field just a little bit out in front of him. Try to get around some defenders. Don't like our options there. Fernandez, though, with the ball. Smith Rowe. Back to Fernandez. Yeah, we're happy with just playing it around a little bit. Garnacho inside to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe has a lane. Ooh, not a bad effort. I thought it got deflected on the way through. Suppose it didn't, but 75 minutes gone. It's looking like the game's in our hands. We are going to make one sub for now and get Fabricio Diaz in for Carlos Baleba. Unfortunately, all of our players are tired because we've had so many games lately, so we don't really have anybody on the bench that can come in. I think one player is left, basically, that has any energy, and that's Leonardo da Costa, so he might be coming into this game, but we'll see how it goes. Grealish out here to Sergio Gomez. Does he have an option to cross it into or pass it into? He's going to go for a cross. Pedri able to get his head onto the end of that one. Verbruggen makes the save. Ndeka clears that one away just barely. Kirkes is going to get it out. 90 minutes gone. 1 minute of added time. Manchester City still haven't pushed forward yet. We got to stop Pedri. We don't. Holland misses. He puts it wide of the post. That's going to be a goal kick. Verbruggen. Oh, the referee blew his whistle. That is a 1-0 win in the semifinals of the FA Cup here against Manchester City. Look at the time of possession, 64% for Manchester City. More expected goals. They were really all over us. We couldn't do too much, but somehow we come away with the win. And as of right now, that might be one of the biggest wins we've had in Brighton, in this Brighton career mode, pretty much for the entirety of the career mode. And there it is, boys, a semi-final win over Manchester City in the FA Cup. Meaning we have a finals matchup against Brentford. That'll be towards the end of the season. What an accomplishment that is for Roberto De Zerbi. And what a result that is for the boys. I mean, wow. We've really come a long way in this career mode to being able to beat Manchester City twice in a single season. The players that we've added have all just turned out to be fantastic. But now, maybe the toughest test of the episode, can we beat last place Luton? As you guys know, we haven't been able to beat, lower level teams in the Premier League lately. So this is just as big of a test, honestly, as the last game is. I mean, seriously, Luton are by far the worst team in the Premier League by 11 points. I mean, by goal difference, they're actually not really necessarily too much worse than some of these other bottom teams, but 2 wins out of 33 games so far is just absolutely abysmal, and we should get a win here, but unfortunately we do have, like I said, just a lot of tired players. There's not many players that have just full energy left in our team right now. So we're kind of having to just make do with what we got. It looks like this is the lineup that we're going to be able to put out. Pretty much, we're just going with the players that have the most energy. We could bring in Ndeka for Lewis Dunk, but I'd rather have Ndeka for our next game against Wolves and get Lewis Dunk into this game. But we'll have to bring some players in for subs. We got Leonardo da Costa out on that right side. Lenny Jansen's a little tired. Neto's a little tired, so perfect opportunity for him to get some game time here against a lower level Luton Town team. That's the lineup that they're going to be going out with. And of course, I just showed you the lineup we're going with, so let's get into this game. We need 3 points here. Some nice run of play so far here. Getson Fernandez able to get around that defender. Not able to get that pass into João Pedro. João Pedro ends up with that ball. Getson Fernandez, not a great position to end up with it in. Gittins going to look out here for Kirkes. Kirkes going to look towards that back post for Fernandez. Not a bad effort. Fabricio Diaz, what an insane header that was. But it does get cleared away. Barkley down this left side, going for a cross. Verbruggen does have to make a pretty good effort there to make that, or to grab that one, but we do get away with it. Oh, Fabricio Diaz, what a tackle. Into João Pedro as well. João Pedro over here to Fernandez, who's just going to keep pushing forward. Going to look for a cross. João Pedro, oh, what a cross from Getson Fernandez to João Pedro for the first goal of the game here against Luton Town after 28 minutes. Man, Fernandez really is some player, and so is João Pedro. I mean, he's only got 6 goals in the Premier League this season, but if you add up his goals in the FA Cup and in the Europa League as well, and Europa Conference League, I mean, he has had an insanely good season. Getson Fernandez out here to Thierry Correa. Probably should have gone with... Oh, a shot there from Correa. Somehow João Pedro ended up on that one, but not a great effort on goal. Fabricio Diaz over here to Leonardo da Costa. Man, Branthwaite. Branthwaite is a pretty good defender, I must say. 46 minutes gone now. Referee's going to blow his whistle. That's going to be halftime. Luton Town, I mean, they're not great going forward, but as far as their defense goes, they're not terrible, at least. Lewis Dunk is not the man we want out on this wing. He's doing well to hold off his men for just a moment. Nakamba now on the edge of the box, going for a shot. Not a great effort. Like I said, going forward, they're just not a great team for that. So we're going to maintain this 1-0 lead for now. Ooh, good play there by João Pedro. Able to get sort of a tackle in. Bino Gittins is going to have to cut it back. Not a great pass. Man, Burke played that one very well. Andy Diouf in here to Fernandez. Fernandez able to find Andy Diouf in the middle of the box. Off the post, Andy Diouf. Not a bad effort, but we cannot find the back of the net yet. 71 minutes gone. Oh, man, we're not going to be able to clear that one away. Luton do have a corner here. 78 minutes gone. Things are getting a little chippy and a little hairy here. I mean, I wish we had more than a 1-goal lead because we really deserve it. That header is not bad, but Kirkez is sort of able to deal with it, but we are able to get away. Oh, Kirkez, an excellent tackle. 85 minutes gone now. Things could be going a little bit better for us, but that was a great tackle there. Job with a bad pass and a turnover. All right, we only have maybe a couple minutes left in this game. We really just need to not turn the ball over, and we should be able to come away with a win. I see Lenny Jansen out here. We're going to get it over to him. And a pass back to Thierry Correa. 2 minutes of added time. We should be able to play this one out. Oh, yeah. There we go. Referee blows the whistle. Playing it out, you know. Against Luton Town, you may say that, you know, that's kind of the sissy way to go out, but we'll take it. 1-0 win over Luton Town, and we'll take 3 points gladly. Wow, and Chelsea beat Manchester City 2-1 to go to the top of the Premier League table. They played 34 games, so everybody else has a game in hand behind them. And obviously, we're now on 64 points, so level with Arsenal on points, but behind on goal difference. I mean, this race is just as tight as it was last year. And now just 3 days later, yet again, another game here against Wolves. One thing that's, you know, tough about being in a lot of competitions is that you're going to have a lot of tired players towards the end of the season. And unfortunately, that's just kind of the way it goes. But at least after this game against Wolves, we do have a 5-day break between our next game in the UECL. But we are able to get a mostly full lineup here for this game against Wolves. This is the lineup that they're going to be going with. I'm not really familiar with many of these players now that we are a few seasons into this career mode, obviously. We got Pedro Neto from them. It doesn't look like they have Mateus Cunha anymore. And then this is the lineup we're going to be going with. Pretty much mostly a full lineup. We got Baleba in there. We got Barco in there. But besides that, as good of a lineup as we can go with. So let's go ahead and get in this game against Wolves. Another big game. At this point, we need 3 points in every game. Oh, a pass to Diarra. Diarra. Oh, Verbruggen making the save. I thought for sure that was going to be the first goal we give up today. But luckily, still 0-0 after 18 minutes. Now we just got to clear this corner away, and we get a goal kick. Great pass down there. Looking inside for Emil Smith-Rowe. Unable to find him. Benjamin Sesko, wow, just gets absolutely battered in midfield there. And it looks like he could be down injured as well. Neto over here for Fabricio Diaz. Diaz finds Smith-Rowe, and Smith-Rowe finds the back of the net. 1-0 lead after 24 minutes. Obviously, we're going to be worried about Benjamin Sesko, but hopefully he's not injured too badly. Fabricio Diaz with an interception in midfield, sends Neto on a run. Neto's going to cut back inside. We're going to look for Smith-Rowe again. And Smith-Rowe finds the back of the net for a second time. 35 minutes gone. Wolves get a tackle in, though, in a dangerous area. Verbruggen is able to make that save on that one, and we're able to get it away. It does look like Benjamin Sesko is injured decently enough, but Neto is now pushing forward with the ball. He sends Neto on quite the run. Neto cutting inside. Oh, man, that would have been a fantastic goal. 2-0 lead still after 42 minutes. We might have to bring off Benjamin Sesko at halftime, but we'll see. And Diamande. Oh, Diamande. Wow. That was actually so close. Fabricio Diaz sends this ball out here to Neto. Neto looking over the top. Sesko is a little bit too far away. Diaz wins that one again. Garnacho. I don't know if he was offsides, but that was a terrible header. Yeah, it looks like Sesko's injured enough to where we probably should bring him off. We're going to go ahead and get João Pedro into the game. Actually, I kind of want to save João Pedro, give him some energy for the midweek game. We're going to go ahead and bring on Jansen, and we're going to put him out on the right side, and we're going to put Neto up top. I think that's what we're going to go with for the rest of the game. All right, Wolves pushing forward here for the first time in this game. It doesn't look like they're really going to do much. Diomande is able to collect that ball. It is right at him. Verbruggen is being hounded. We're able to get it away, but not far enough. One of their players is on it now. Diatta finds a pass inside to Crespi. Crespi, it switched us off of our defender. Indika is able to tackle him, and we're able to get it away. Oh, Busillo inside to Balde. Balde over here to Crespi. Crespi, shot on goal for Verbruggen, another save. Pretty much all the shots that we've seen on target in this episode, Verbruggen is able to get there and able to make a save. They do have a corner, of course, off of this one. They're swinging this one in, and Verbruggen comes to collect that one as well. Barco, terrible decision to send that one over. Diatta ends up with it. Busillo, that one, Busillo is able to find the back of the net, but Barco is obviously responsible for that goal. That pass was just absolutely terrible going across field like that. Diatta on the edge of the box, gets fouled, decides to take a shot on goal, so that takes away the advantage. 86 minutes gone now. I mean, we're making it tough on ourselves in these last couple of games. Diomande heads that one away. Neto, you got to get on your horse. Please tell me you have enough speed to get around these players. It looks like he sort of does. I mean, we're not going to get a goal, but we are going to waste enough time. Referee, please blow your whistle. Thank you very much. 92.5 minutes gone. Neto really should have gotten a goal there, but a little bit too heavy of a touch there at the end, but it doesn't matter. 3 points is 3 points is 3 points. All right, so the Benjamin Sesko injury is not too bad, but he is going to be out for 8 days, and that's, I mean, obviously not great. We only really have one true striker in João Pedro, so he's going to have to take the reins for the next week or so. One thing I do want to show you guys before we move too much further into the episode is the player stats and the top scorers, top assisters, most clean sheets, things like that in the Premier League, FA Cup, and we might do the Europa League or UECL as well, but I don't know. We haven't had too many games in either of those competitions for it to make sense. So at least in the Premier League, Benjamin Sesko, 4th place, 16 goals through 29 games. If he had those other 5 games like the rest of those top 3 have, he might have, you know, a few more goals. So absolutely fantastic to see him in the top 5. Smith Rowe in 18th, 10 goals in 20 games. And Fernandez in 25th, or tied for 22nd, I guess, with 9 goals. As far as assists goes, Fernandez is having a great season, but Kulusevski with Tottenham, 18 goals and 16 assists in 34 games. 1 goal contribution a game for him is incredible. Benjamin Sesko up there also with 8 assists. And then it looks like we have Bino Gittins with 6. He's having a pretty solid season, and Smith Rowe with 5 as well. Clean sheets for Verbruggen and Ederson, tied for first. 12 clean sheets throughout the season so far. Ederson technically edges him just a little bit because of the fact that he has not had a 34th game yet, but we'll see how that is by the end of the season. So we have a potential that we could have Verbruggen win the clean sheets, or the Golden Glove, I believe it's called, in the Premier League for the 2nd season in a row. I think he won it last year as well. In the FA Cup, the top scorer is João Pedro, 5 goals in 4 games. I'm telling you, he's been absolutely fantastic for us. Diaz with 4 assists in 5 games, so we're kind of running the table here on the FA Cup games, but no clean sheet leader. I believe Mercier has been our keeper for some games, and then Verbruggen for others, so that one's not too surprising. And then the UECL and things like that, we don't have enough games in those competitions for it to makes sense for any of our players to really be up there. Lewis Dunk. Oh wait, that's for yellow cards. My bad. Top scorer João Pedro is actually up there. 5 goals in 6 games. He's technically tied for 7th place with Dembele. So having a great season, João Pedro. I've absolutely loved using him in the Europa League and the FA Cup and just general in games in general. So he's been a fun player to use. And now in the UECL, we have to use him. This is going to be Fiorentina's lineup. Yerry Mina and Jurrien Timber in the back with Tomiyasu and Reguilon. I mean, a lot of former, Premier League players there. A couple former Arsenal players as well. A pretty solid team for them. Lookman's going to be dangerous. I'm a little worried about this game and about this competition, but obviously I back our team. Our team is very good, and I back João Pedro to be the man up top to lead us to the final. So let's go ahead and get into this game against Fiorentina as well. Fiorentina already looking nice. Down this left side, they've had possession the majority of the game. Thierry Correa doing well to get in front of that man. Reguilon now pushing forward in the box. able to get a pass away to Bricalo. Verbruggen, fantastic save. We're going to just try to clear this one away, and we end up with João Pedro. We're going to probably pass this one back to our defense and try to just calm things down for a minute. Fernandez over the top for Neto. Neto, not a lot of options just yet. Oh, we're almost get that one to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe to Diaz. Diaz to João Pedro. And João Pedro can't find the back of the net. Maybe could have gone across to Smith Rowe, but good run of play so far. 13 minutes gone. Lookman now looking for a cross. We're able to deal with it, sort of. Diaz heads that one out. Smith Rowe trying to get it away. They still end up with it on the edge of the box. Lays it off to Lookman. Lookman back to Bricalo. I'm not sure who that was. They are all over us right now. Another shot. That one goes wide. 20 minutes gone. Fiorentina are looking like the better team so far. Bricalo on the edge of the box. Finds a pass out here to Reguilon. Reguilon back to Bricalo. Bricalo inside to... Oh, Constantelius. I don't know how to say that name. Wide of the post yet again. Verbruggen doesn't have to make the save, but... Neto inside to Fernandez. Fernandez doesn't have a whole lot of pace. He's going to look inside for João Pedro. Yeah, I mean, we're just going to go for a shot. That's going to be a penalty. Urian Timber is going to be shot. Wow. The referee's going to say that's a penalty. I mean, we went for the shot. And I guess he sort of got João Pedro's legs. João Pedro just kind of kicked him. And we have a penalty here. And Fabricio Diaz is going to be the one to step up. We're going to go top right. Oh, and the keeper went the right way, but Fabricio Diaz's penalty was too good into that top corner. Oh, man, 1-0 after 41 minutes, and they've been the better team for sure. Fabricio Diaz gets a steal. Neto cutting inside. We're going to look over the top, sort of, for João Pedro. Another heavy touch. Yeah, we could have done a little bit better there, but 1-0 lead into the half. Lookman with the pass out here to Amrabat. Amrabat looking inside. Lookman, wow. Wow. I don't know how that just happened. Got to look at the replay on this one. I mean, it had to go through Ndika's legs. Can't really tell from that angle. But yeah, there it is. That ball goes right through Ndika's legs. Verbruggen couldn't really do too much about that one. Too much power. And Lookman levels this game after 60 minutes. Oh, what a pass from Neto to Getson Fernandez. Fernandez into João Pedro, and João Pedro, 1-goal lead 2 minutes after they just scored and leveled the game at 1. We take a lead 2-1 thanks to João Pedro. Neto's pass to Getson Fernandez there was crazy. Smith Rowe sending Neto on a very long run. Neto almost able to find the back of the net. Smith Rowe ends up with the rebound. 69 minutes gone, 3-1 lead now over Fiorentina. And although Fiorentina have looked much better than us at times in this game, I think we are proving that we are just the better team overall. I mean, they've got some very quality players, of course, but I think that there's just really no match for us in this competition as of right now. Obviously, I could very, very easily eat my words later on. We'll see, but I just feel really good about this team right now. Wow, Yuri Mina with a cross inside. Almost an insane goal there. Diamande, what are you doing? Constant. Oh, that's going to be a goal. That's my bad. That is completely on me. Diamande sending that one out and just not finding anybody at all. And then Ndika had to step up, really. And then Lookman back of the net. So, 3-2. Maybe I'm going to eat my words in this game. Lookman pushing forward again. I mean, he is dangerous. Cross all the way towards the back post. Bricalo goes for a shot. Verbruggen has to get down to his right to make that save. 83 minutes gone now. That was an excellent cross. We're going to get Diamande here towards the middle of the box. That one's going to be swung in. Garnacho deals with it. But not well enough, really. Nico sending that one in. Smith Rowe, that is a terrible place to send that one in. Verbruggen. We need to take a breath. But luckily, Verbruggen catches that one. 89 minutes gone. We're still ahead 3-2. I mean, obviously, we can't really lose in this game because we have another fixture to play against this team, the second leg, of course, but we would love a little bit more of a lead going into that fixture, but it looks like we are going to just take this 1-goal lead into the next leg. And that's going to be that. Referee will blow his whistle there. 3-2 over Fiorentina. I mean, obviously, we're playing at home, so we really needed to win here, but only a 1-goal lead heading into the second leg is not great to see, but that is actually really good to see. AZ beating Aston Villa 3-1 in their leg. So we could be facing AZ or AZ in the final if we go through, of course. I mean, honestly, have you ever seen a Premier League table that looks like this before? I mean, every team from 2nd through 6th place has exactly 19 wins. The difference is just draws and losses. So that's, I've never seen that before, but you know, that's just me. And of course our game against Crystal Palace now is only 3 days later. This will be the last game of the episode. Crystal Palace sitting in 13th place, 9 wins, 9 draws, 17 losses through 35 games. Obviously the Premier League is very, very top heavy this season. The middle of the pack is okay, but when teams like Liverpool are down in 9th place and Manchester United in 7th place, you know this season has been absolutely crazy. So big game here against Crystal Palace. I mean, every game at this point is big in the Premier League. This is the lineup they will be going with. Obviously, Eberechi Eze, definitely the most worrisome player on their team. I'm always worried about him. This is the lineup we're going to go with, you know, slightly rotated. Shesko is actually available again, but I want to make sure he's ready for our Conference League game in the midweek. Neto, a little bit tired. We're going to keep him out there, but, you know, some subs, some players staying in. We'll see how it goes. Neto pushing forward here. Only like 1 minute gone, and João Pedro finds the back of the net. And I just honestly wasn't expecting it to be that easy. And Neto sends João Pedro through. And that shot was, I mean, pretty good. The keeper maybe could have done a little bit better there because it wasn't too powerful of a shot. But we have a 1-0 lead after 2 minutes. And João Pedro, again, what a player he has become from where he started at the beginning of this career mode. And now Ridvan Yilmaz pushing forward, passes it off to Jackson. Can Lanty get that one? Yes, and keeps it in so that we don't give up a corner. And we're able to get away yet again. What a pass from Jackson down to Eze. Eze gonna go for a shot. I don't know if Verbruggen got the save or if that was off the post. But either way, what a play and what a tackle there. Wow. Crystal Palace are here to play for sure. Lewis Dunk gets a tackle in. And ooh, João Pedro, dangerous area to win that ball back. Gets him Fernandez. Damn, that would have been probably the best goal of this career mode. Wow, I wasn't even expecting that to happen. Verbruggen goes to try to collect that cross from a free kick and doesn't, and it just bounces right into the feet of Eberechi Eze. What a cross this is. I mean, did Lewis Dunk head that one backwards? You can't quite tell from either of those replays. I think he might have. And Eze levels this game at 1. Wow, Lopez with an excellent move. Finds a pass down here to Lozano. Finds a pass back to Jackson. 4 minutes into this second half. Crystal Palace have a 2-1 lead. Edson Fernandez finding a pass to João Pedro. João Pedro all the way through. Rulli gets it. What is happening? João Pedro. That is a 2-2 game. We level it 3 minutes later. We have to see this again. I mean, the shot was saved onto the crossbar. Rulli didn't get up. João Pedro somehow gets a foot to it before Richards and actually kind of nutmegs him as well. Whatever, man. You know what? We will gladly take that. Andy Diop running through the middle of the field. Gonna go ahead and go for a shot. 69 minutes gone. Andy Diop with one of the best goals we've scored. Let's take a look at this one. The player was moving, I mean, I don't know what that graphic was. What a shot here, though. 25 meters away. Little knuckleball. Should the keeper have done a little bit better there? I think he maybe should have. But as you can see, the crowd's going absolutely crazy. The away fans, or our away fans, of course, going very crazy there. Andy Diop, only his 3rd goal this season. But what a time to score it, and what a fashion to score it in. Ooh, Fernandez wins that ball. I don't know who that was. Now he's pushing forward. He's going to find João Pedro. 4-2, Brighton and Hove Albion. João Pedro, calm, cool, and collected in front of goal. Gets that one past Rulli. 2nd goal of the game for João Pedro, I believe. Maybe actually his 3rd. Nathaniel Klein going for a cross. That one's going to hit Andy Diop's arm. This is how they scored their 1st goal, so they might be able to get a 2nd one. Andy Diop's not going to allow that, though. He got up there for that one. João Pedro sort of ended up with it. Got it cleared away. Andy Diop making another tackle. He has been on crack in this second half. Bino Gittins with a nice pass over to Fernandez. I suppose it doesn't matter. Only 3 minutes left in this game. Looks like we are going to find the way to come away with a win in this one. When we went down 2-1, I thought, you know, this might be it. This might be our top 4 hopes over here against Crystal Palace. I mean, playing at Selhurst Park, I believe is what Crystal Palace's stadium is called. It's always a tough game, but 93 minutes gone. Referee blows his whistle. 4-2 win, thanks to João Pedro and thanks to Andy Diouf. Yeah, hat trick for João Pedro is absolutely crazy. Our other goal by Andy Diouf was just world class and honestly insane. Maybe keeper should have done a little bit better, but we will take it. Like I said, a goal is a goal, a win is a win is a win. And that's going to wrap it up for today's episode. Today's episode couldn't have gone any better, really. I mean, we got to win in every game. 4-2 against Crystal Palace, 3-2 against Fiorentina, 2-1 against Wolves, and then 1-0 win against Man City and Luton Town. So 4 games where we only won by a goal, but we were able to win by 2 against Crystal Palace. It doesn't matter if you win by 1 or if you win by 25. I will actually go ahead and look at the Premier League standings just real quick before we get into the next game, or before we end this off. We're sitting on 70 points with Spurs, Arsenal as well on 70. Chelsea only on 72. So we were capable of winning the league at this point. 3 games left. It is going to come down to the final day to determine who wins the league. So I hope you guys are ready for next episode. It could be an absolutely crazy one. I know I'm ready for it. I want to see how we end up in this. I mean, I want to at least win 1 trophy, but, you know, as long as we get top 4, it's okay. We'll see how it goes. I'm excited to see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.